Yo, you really cannot even make this shit up. Sorry to anyone who got rugged by this, but this is such a crazy story. I'll look into it a little bit, but this is Ohm USDT, Ohm Mantra. It's a real world asset tokenization protocol that in theory it puts real estate on the blockchain. I'm going to tell you why I think that's a flawed system, but what's really interesting is that it has been actually probably the market leader the past year, extreme relative strength. And today, in a single hour, it dumped like 98%. I guess in the hour it dumped over 90%, but overall the dumpage was about 94%. It's crazy. So I had to look it up, and we'll look into it a little bit. But did it get rugged? Was there an exploit? Was there a problem with the code? It got rugged. It looks like the devs all mass sold it all at once. Um, and yeah, I hope people go to jail over it. Before we get into the details a little bit, I've been telling you guys, do not invest in altcoins. It's the worst possible asset class. It's rife with scams. If you want to create a scam, do it with altcoins. If you want to create a coin, it takes 5 seconds. You launch a dozen coins about cat butts or whatever. It's really hard to invent a new commodity and list it on the commodities exchange. It's really difficult to IPO a stock that's now trading on the S&P 500. It's really hard to create a new national currency. It's really easy to create a new altcoin. There's 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 altcoins. The altcoin market could be going up while every in individual altcoin is going down because the liquidity is getting drawn out across the market. You can trade them, and I trade them, but I do not invest. I will never invest in altcoins. If you think, I know a lot of the attraction is like seeing these huge gains and thinking, oh, I have small capital, therefore, like I need to take a huge risk. Well, do it by taking a huge risk. You can trade leverage on gold. You can trade leverage on the S&P 500. You can buy a futures contract or trade options. I'm not telling you to do this, but thinking like, oh, I need to trade altcoins because I don't have the capital for large assets. Well, you probably don't have enough money to be trading. You should probably be focused on increasing your income, but you can also trade high risk on good assets, and they're more likely to go up, and you're more likely to turn nothing into something. Um, so that said, let's look at Mantra in the news. What happened? Um, let's look at it in the news. Mantra 90% in 24 hours. Forced liquidations. I'm also interested. Let's look at USDT on Coinalyze. I kind of want to look at the charts and see. Here, let's do this. Coinalyze, open interest. Let's look. Okay. What did they say happened here? Okay. Project will hold a community connect on X to address the price collapse. Reckless forced closures on sexist on centralized exchanges. Okay. Very sudden closure of account positions was initiated without sufficient warning. Okay. Low liquidity hours on a Sunday evening. Okay. So they're saying they didn't rug. Okay. Home token, $9 fell from 6 to 37 cents. Offloading their bag. Mullen denied these claims. Okay. Okay. So the story's still developing. We need to talk about why real world assets don't work. Okay. Act 1. Okay. So who knows what happened? We'll come back to this maybe later on. But yeah, I need to tell you guys why real world assets aren't a thing. Okay. So there was $200 million in shorts liquidated. Sorry, longs liquidated. That's true. And yeah, I mean there was a massive liquidation and there's a lot of shorts just because the shorts are open. And people are actually stepping in and buying here, it looks like, which is interesting. Although they haven't really succeeded in pushing the price up too much. So the issue with real world assets is, so for something like Bitcoin, the token is the asset. So somebody else can't claim they have your Bitcoin because you have the power to send it. But if you have your house and the blockchain says you have your house, but the government took it from you, or for like barbarians came and took your land, you can't show them like, hey, look, according to the blockchain, this is mine. And they're like, actually, we just stabbed you with a spear and we own this. So if you have real world assets on the blockchain, there's going to develop discrepancies, functional discrepancies between what the blockchain says and what the reality is. And at that point, it's just not useful. And no one's been able to convince me other than that. I like the blockchain as a ledger where the token actually means something, but for it to represent something that someone can just seize from you and you can protest. I mean, like Bitcoin is real in that it's not your keys, not your coin, right? Like if you have the keys, it's yours, you can send it. You can do whatever you want with it. But in theory, it's like, oh, the I have this asset. It's just not it's not real. So let me know what you think down below though. Sound off. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Much love. Peace.